Okay, let's get into something really fundamental today. We've talked before about consistency, about mastering the basics, doing those simple things really well.
Right.
But what's actually supporting that high performance, especially sustained success when things inevitably get tough?
Yeah. What's underneath it all?
Exactly. We're digging into insights from Coach Padalecki, specifically from his work, Dig Deep to Rise High, to really unpack that.
And the mission for this deep dive is to understand why that digging deep part isn't just like a nice concept. It's essential. It's the core requirement if you actually want to rise high.
It's that unseen work, isn't it?
Totally. The stuff that builds the real strength over time.
So Coach Padalecki has this brilliant analogy he uses. He asks you to imagine looking at a building under construction.
Right.
You don't know the final plans, no inside scoop. How do you guess how tall it could eventually be?
You look down. You look at the foundation they're laying. How deep are they actually going? You see them just scratching the surface. Okay, maybe a bungalow. But if you see massive excavation, tons of concrete going deep underground.
Then you know something big is planned.
Exactly. They're building for height, a skyscraper. The potential height is directly linked to that foundation's depth.
And Coach P takes this idea and applies it straight to us, to human performance. Doesn't matter if it's sports, business, art, whatever.
Right. The higher you want to go, the higher you want your potential to reach.
The deeper that internal foundation has to be.
That's the core message. And he's pretty specific about what makes up that deep internal foundation. And like we said, it's not the flashy stuff.
No highlight reels here.
No, it's things like having a really clear purpose, knowing your why, operating from strong values, things you won't compromise on. And yeah, mastering those fundamentals relentlessly.
Until they're just automatic. He also talks about building resilience, doesn't he? Those specific practices.
Well, absolutely. Things like intentional mindfulness, even just brief moments daily, cultivating that positive, constructive self-talk.
Getting a handle on emotional control so you're not just reacting all the time.
Right. And understanding recovery, seeing it not as downtime, but as crucial. It's all about building systems, routines, and habits that work under pressure, not just when things are easy.
It reminds me of that quote Coach P uses, champions are brilliant at the basics.
Yeah.
So simple, but profound.
It really is. And what I appreciate about Coach Padalecki's approach is he turns it back on you, asks you the hard questions. Like, how deep are you actually digging? Are you doing the quote-unquote boring work, the stuff no one sees?
The repetitive stuff. Practice when you don't feel like it.
Exactly. Are your daily actions, your routines, actually aligned with the depth needed for your big ambitions? Or are you maybe chasing shortcuts, looking for the quick fix?
Which we know doesn't lead to lasting success. Coach P is clear on that. Real enduring success, the kind that withstands pressure. It doesn't come from cutting corners.
The power isn't in the visible height. It's in the depth you build underneath.
So how do we make this concrete? What can you do, like today?
Well, Coach Padalecki offers his a plus 1% challenge. It's designed for immediate reflection and action.
Okay, break it down.
First step, reflect. Pick one core fundamental in your life or work. Could be anything: sleep, a specific skill, clarity on your purpose. Just one thing you could decide to deepen this week.
Got it. One thing, then.
Second, commit. Look at your existing routines or systems, the things that already form part of your foundation. Maybe a morning ritual, how you plan your week, a specific practice protocol. Choose one and commit to reinforcing it, making it stronger.
Okay, reflect on one thing to deepen, commit to reinforcing one existing system, and the last part.
Act. What's one small, maybe unsexy, but deliberate plus 1% action you can take today to dig just a little bit deeper? Don't make it huge, just one small step towards strengthening that foundation.
I like that. Small, immediate action.
It all comes back to that core principle: depth before height. Your foundation, though unseen, sets the limit for how high and how strong you can build.
Well, everyone else might be focused on the visible results, the outcome.
The real key is often that quiet, patient, relentless work, digging deep, day in, day out.
So the thought to leave you with today is this. What kind of unshakable foundation are you intentionally building right now beneath the surface?
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us. We hope this gives you some food for thought as you continue on your journey.